There we go. There should be sound now. Hopefully there should be sound and there should be no music. We did a little stream earlier on and I blasted everyone's ears out with Avenged Sevenfold without realizing. Okay, you should be able to hear me, my voice, not the music. I was like trying to explain something earlier on and everyone was like yelling at me in the chat like, turn the music off. Oh dear. Sorry guys if you were on that stream. I hope your ears are okay. Oh, plonker. Remember me. Hello, Vertex. Yeah, that was good fun this morning. Good fun. Yes, if for anyone just joining, this is just a little bit of an experiment today. Just doing a couple of different streams. Ooh, what am I doing there? Just jumping on, doing a bit of work. Hopefully you can see a bit of my process. Hopefully help me with this logo and contribute some ideas. We had some great suggestions this morning. This is definitely, it's in a pretty good place now. That was really helpful this morning. One, two. Three. Hello, Yash, Rebecca, Santiago, Powell. Is that possible to, without touch of art and design, we can be able to start a career in graphic design? I mean, I think it always helps if you are creative, but yeah, I mean, my question would be if you're not sort of very artistic and not very kind of design oriented, like I guess it's thinking like, is graphic design the right career for you? But if you're kind of asking, can you become more creative? Yeah, absolutely. Like when I first started out, like the ideas didn't always come. You get kind of creative block, and yeah, it wasn't all smooth sailing, and there was a lot of pressure. Whereas as you get more experienced, uh, I think at least I find it easier personally. Hey Dan, how are you? Rich, hello. Is this thing for something specific or just doodling? Yeah, this was born really out of an idea of like for any of my Photoshop artwork, I kind of wanted like a nice little Dansky signature, a little squiggle that I could use to sign my work off. Um, and yeah, it kind of started from that really. And then I thought, maybe this could be a logo redesign, something a bit more mature, something pretty slick. I've had the same logo now for quite a while. So yeah, nothing set in stone, but I like the way it's progressing. I've had a lot of help from you guys on the stream last week and this morning. Some great suggestions this morning. Yo, Reese, hello. Crazy print headline. So this is a nice distraction whilst I cry inside. Oh, you make me laugh. Funny. Oh no. What kind of print deadline is it, man? Uh is it like to get all like is there a lot? Is it like a large print run? A lot of pressure. Don't want to send it to print with any mistakes or anything. Oh, that's the worst. Big job, send it to print, get it all printed, and then you realize a mistake. Oh, that's like that's a cold sweats moment. That is when that happens. Cool. While we're doing this, by the way, if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to shout them out. Likes, dislikes, good, bad, terrible, fantastic, whatever it is. Just for anyone who wasn't on this morning's stream, we've progressed this. This is like the last week's stream over there. And this morning is... Yeah, this is where we got to last week. And I kind of woke up the day after and was like, actually, do you know what? There's a lot I don't like about that. So I switched the font up and went for this one. This little beauty here. And sort of almost started again, really, and kind of started by drawing over everything with the pen tool. The reason I redrew all the letters is because I've now got these as paths, i.e. strokes, and I can smooth things out and control the properties a lot easier. So it makes working on this much, much easier. And a few different iterations over the weekend. Some of you may have seen and commented on the post, because if you did, thank you very much. That was really helpful to get that feedback. Some people felt that this D looked too much like an A. They weren't loving the letter A, the little one. I wasn't either. I kind of got it to this, but even that wasn't perfect. And blah, 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 blah. This is all this morning, the early hours. And yeah, now we're down here at the bottom, kind of playing around with this. So I think we've got a D and an A that I'm pretty happy with. The A was the hardest one, to be fair. Got a really funky looking S, and some great suggestions from people earlier on. We had Chris, Alex, and Billy that were really, really helpful with the, and David that were really helpful with the K and the Y. So a tip for anyone that is interested in doing something like this. Where was it? Yeah, I was kind of at this point. And as you can see, the S looked a bit different, and the feedback from the guys was to consider how you would actually write this as a signature. So, you know, the S here, let me get the S would connect. You know, when you do that, you would connect it. How would you actually draw these letters? This bit, you wouldn't connect it there on the Y. You'd loop the K up and connect it to that part of the Y. And so, you know, the thought process was this should be reflected in the design of the signature. So it kind of feels more natural. And this is kind of, I've just shortened the descenders and the ascenders there. I don't know if that's trimmed a bit too much. Like a haircut that's gone too far. But liking how the letters have come together. Really liking it. Not sure about how the S connects with the K. Not 100% in love with that. Might just need a bit of tweaking. I need to check the kerning between the letters. Obviously, it's a bit trickier to kern something like this because it is a script font. Well, it's not even a font. I've drawn it, and it's the letter spacing can be a little bit flexible, shall we say. A 12-page booklet. Nice. 12 pages. You don't want to get that wrong before you send it to print, do you? Are you still working on the design, Reese, or is the design done and it's just like the printing process? Or are you chasing that deadline to get it off to print? If it's the latter, man, like, yeah, I feel you on that one. I remember those days. But I'm not an artist. Yeah, damn sure. I'm very, very unique person. I'll find some color and logo designs. Yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't really, like, I do like doing art predominantly in Photoshop, but I wouldn't consider myself an artist per se. And I'm not especially good at drawing, if that helps. So, like, I'm creative in other ways, more graphic design, UI design. So I think, yeah, just because you're not artistic doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have a blossoming career in design, if that makes sense. I'm very much interested in design, and also every time my dimension is very different from others. Sorry, I read your messages in different orders then. Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in it, you know, that's great. And it sounds like you've got something sort of unique about your work, which is cool. Hey, John Steed, you don't want it looking like dangly, Mr. D. No. Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier with this type of font, this sort of lettering style, you can take a few liberties. Like, I mean, like I would like it to be legible for sure. But then you look at some of these over here, they're very they embellish the letters. Like to me that looks like Dansley. Sounds like a place in the UK. So that one's Darshi. That inspired the first design. So this one here is just all over the place. Like, whoa. So yeah, I want it to be legible for sure. But I'm not against kind of embellishing some of the letters a bit more, especially kind of like obviously the cursive S here and a few bits and pieces like that. Design Dynamo, hello. I'm chasing. Oh no, Reese. I feel your pain, man. Sucks. They handed this to me so freaking late. Gonna be a long day designing the pages. I was able to get text dropped end of last week, but today is the design format. I know, yeah. It's unfortunate and it's frustrating, isn't it, when you get handed stuff late and it's like, great. I guess the pressure's on me now. You couldn't have given this to me just a few days before, like, yeah. That's the way it is, my friend. Well, for now. For now, anyway. 2024 goals. I think I stopped working with, I used to have sort of freelance clients and I stopped working with clients in 2017. I couldn't do YouTube and the client stuff. It was just, I really like kind of had to pick which one I was going to focus all my energy on. And out of the two, I think I got more satisfaction from teaching and I got like really good feedback from everyone. And like the chasing late invoices and emailing, just it was great having my own sort of roster of clients. And I would have carried on doing it if it wasn't for the YouTube stuff. But yeah, it was like, do I want to teach people or do I want to chase late invoices and do emails and all that? You have to sort of manage the relationship as well. And as a one-man team, I was like, nah, I want to teach, man. I want to teach. Gamers Marble, love from Bangladesh. Thank you very much. First time watching. Hey, hey, what a sale. I love it. Thanks for sharing your talent. You are very welcome, my friend. Here's to getting out of the agency and on my own this year. Amen. Excited. Photo shoot for my new website stuff tomorrow morning, actually. Oh, nice. Nice. Is that going to be like some, you're going to have to pose for some like proper kind of like, yeah, what sort of thing are you doing? Is that going to be photo shoot for you? I mean, actually, yeah, what else would you be photographing? Bit of a stupid question, really, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe you've got a puppy and you want to take that along to the shoot and could be good marketing. Everyone loves puppies. Puppies and kittens. There we go. Put that on your website. Nice. Headshot and Creative Cabin Studio I work out of. Nice. Oh, let me know when your site's live. I'd love to see your studio. That would be really cool, man. First time watching from Kenya. Mercy Maloba. Welcome. This is slightly different to the usual streams. I've just got like Avenged Sevenfold blasting out. Bit heavy metal and just hanging out, chilling. I don't know, bit of an experiment today. If people like these streams, hey, it's so easy with this setup here now for me to just come in and kind of as I'm doing my normal thing, just flick on the camera, set up a stream, boom, go. And just, you know, waffle on, talk about what I'm doing, that kind of thing. Hello, sir. I'm always watching your videos, and right now I'm working a freelancer as a graphic designer. Excellent. Nice. There we go. Design Dynamo. I love puppies. There we go. It'll work. Right. Yeah, I think we got this to a pretty good place. One of the other suggestions someone had was connecting the D to the A, but I'm not sure about how to do that in a way that I like. Where, and by the way, if we have any hand lettering artists or people with actual typography experience, i.e., not me, in this, well, no, that's not fair. I do have some experience, but not with this kind of thing. Feel free to shout out your ideas and share your expertise with me, because that would be very helpful. Yeah, things I'm not sure about. Should the D connect to the A? I don't know. And do I need to bring that connection from the S a bit higher? Oh, this is a tune. This is a tune. What is this? What song? This is Avenged Sevenfold, Buried Alive. Yeah, on the stream earlier, I think I mentioned I totally didn't realize I was just blasting out Avenged Sevenfold to everyone, and I was talking at the same time. Like, we can't hear you, Dan. Turn the music off. What a lemon. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll bring that in. Let's redraw it. Nice. Oh, my hand slipped at the last minute there. I messed that one up. Let's try and fix that. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Something about that connection that just ain't working for me. I don't know if it needs to be straight, match the same angle as this. Not sure. Hey, Chris. Welcome back. If you was to join the D and A, it would really need to connect from the bottom of the D. If you want to join the D and the A, we need to get from the bottom of the D to connect to the upper part of the curve on the A. Right, I gotcha. So we're going from down, something like that. And thank you, Chris, for jumping on the stream earlier. You're yeah, you and as I said, David, Billy, and Alex were honestly instrumental in getting the design to this point. Yeah. See, the problem is with the D, I don't like it kind of short. There's just something about it that I just really don't like. So I guess. Yeah. It's a difficult one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way for me to connect that in a way that I'm actually going to like. Where do you upload your design projects for clients, or you're more of a teacher? Yeah, I'm more of a teacher these days. I think I might have mentioned this just before you joined, but I sort of stopped the client stuff in late 2017. Before then, no, most of it was, I think the UI stuff back then was, excuse me, through InVision. That's shut down now, isn't it? I think that was pretty recent. And other bits of Bob's graphic design stuff that was just over email. But yeah, I wouldn't do that now. I think now, if I was still doing that kind of stuff, I would present it probably using something a bit more suitable. just a lot of tools and things now and integrations in the software that enables people. You can kind of share stuff like even Illustrator. You can share from up here and invite people to comment and all sorts. So yeah, the process between designer and client, managing that relationship, taking feedback, getting the feedback directly on your work by sharing, it's great. It's fantastic. It's just a shame that I don't need those features anymore. Oh, thank you, Chris. For this, though, I do prefer the D not connected to the A. Okay, good. Yeah, I do as well, if I'm honest. I do as well. We've got all the other letters connected, and it doesn't bother me that that's slightly separate. It's just that S and the K, I think. I've shortened the descenders and the ascenders a little bit. They were quite long earlier on. I don't mind them being long, but I'm just thinking, you know, when they're in the header of a website, I don't want those bits sticking up too high, so then the actual lettering is really small. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of thought, oh, I'll just shave a little bit off. I don't think it takes anything away from it. I think it still looks cool. Epicot says, how did you learn Illustrator? Oh, it's taken me 17 years. 17 years. I think I did it the long way in that I learned most of Illustrator just from scratch and from watching tutorials online and slowly pieced it together. But do you know what? Sod it. Let's do a little segue. Little segue. So this is how I would learn Illustrator, whether it's my course or another course. Just get a course and learn Illustrator. Something that takes you from the start all the way to advanced. There's my link if you want to check it out. Also, the stream description's got a code for 15% off. Um, I need to do a better job promoting this course, seeing as I spent 6 months working on it. I really do. But yeah, that will just teach you right from the beginner, if you've never opened Illustrator before, to pretty much what I know now in terms of using the software. And it will just teach you like all the tools. Yeah, I made so many mistakes learning Illustrator, like loads. And the good thing about this course is it helps you sidestep all those mistakes. I used to work I did work very destructively. I was like applying effects and things the wrong way and doing it in a way where I couldn't change the text and just yeah. And I think because I'm kind of obsessed with learning, like I love learning new software, new creative ways to just make stuff. Inevitably, when you kind of do that, you learn better and better ways of doing the same thing. So yes, Emma, this is part two. I'm very good, thank you. How are you? Yeah, this is a bit of an experiment today. Just I just thought whatever. Put some headphones on, put some music on. We'll do some design. If anyone's got any ideas for videos, by the way, feel free to shout them out, and we can just brainstorm some stuff. Uh, yeah, the last three videos on the channel, they've gone down really well. Like they've been really well received. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but they've been really well received, and they're all Illustrator videos. So if anyone's got anything they'd like to see in particular, or something that would really help you, or something you struggle with, like a pain point that you come up against that I can help with, then let me know and maybe we could do a video on it. Rick Garrett, I just joined. At first glance, I thought that it read dangly. Now I can't see what looks like a G to me. Yeah, this is a more cursive style S. It's very embellished. Is the design review tomorrow with Poppy? Yes, it should be. Should be tomorrow. I don't think anything will coincide with that. Rob Salt, what is your go-to method for transferring Illustrator vectors into After Effects? That is an excellent question. Go-to. I would save the file as an Adobe Illustrator file. Just save it as an Illustrator file like this. Let's whip up After Effects. Zach, hello. I already set the alarm for tomorrow. We'll be waiting for the broadcast. Yeah, I'll post the. I'll confirm the time and everything, Sema, but it should be 3 o'clock UK time as normal. Yeah, so if I was going to import this into After Effects, whoa, what are we doing? Get away. I would double click the project panel. And if I select this here, I can drop in, yeah, so you can go footage and it will just kind of throw in the artboard, I think, as is, or you can go retain layer sizes. So if you've sized up something in Illustrator specifically, I would size it up to match what your After Effects file is. So for example, if I'm doing a YouTube video, it's going to be 4K, which is 3840 by 2160. So I'd set up my graphics for the video on an artboard of that size in Illustrator, and then also my After Effects composition is going to be that same size. So I'm designing one-to-one. What I design in Illustrator at that size is then going to just transfer directly into After Effects at a kind of one-to-one ratio. And you can go in here and it kind of, if you've got other layers, sorry, no, it doesn't work with artboards. It's layer based. So if I switch back to my Illustrator file, where are you? There you are. So I've got all this on one layer. So if you add multiple layers, you can then bring those different layers through and they will appear as separate files. And if I go in here, all of my layers will be listed. And then you can edit them. One thing you want to make sure you do though, so you get the vector quality of the Illustrator file in After Effects, is just check this option here. It's this little yeah, continuously rasterize. So if you check that, it will just make everything smooth. So even as you kind of adjust the size, it will maintain that the vector properties. And it can be a bit spotty sometimes, but in theory, usually when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's annoying. You should be able to go and edit the Illustrator file, save it, and then those changes will be pulled through. Just be careful that, like, I only do this and bring it into After Effects when I'm pretty much finished, and I've got everything set up on the right layer. If you start adding layers, deleting layers, once you've already brought it into After Effects, it's gonna like break links and it's gonna cause absolute chaos. So yeah, that's what I would do. Finish your design up, put things on the right layers. When you're happy with the layer structure, then bring it in. You can still go and change stuff on the individual layers, but if you start adding and removing layers, it might cause it to go a bit funny. And yeah, it's given me a few headaches before. Chris, maybe even push the top loop of the S up slightly and make the curve between the N and the S tighter, which then will leave more space between the top curve of the S. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could actually... I could get away with just rotating that, actually. No, it needs to have that sort of angle, doesn't it? Okay, pencil tool. Love the pencil tool. Ah, oh, so underrated. Right, let's try and draw this. Can we get this in one go? Can we get it in one go? Oh, look at that. Not bad. Could be. Oh dear, that's terrible. Yeah, it's much easier doing it on the pen display. I'm using for anyone who can't see, which is everybody. I'm using this thing. This is an XP pen Artist 12 Gen 2. It's definitely one of their much more affordable pen displays, and it's the difference it makes in being able to draw these curves is staggering. Yeah, how's that? Hey, Kinia. Yes, here we go again. Exactly. You'll be sick of me by the end of this. You're like, stop streaming. Go away. Yeah, it's just that connection. I wonder if I'm lurking again. Nice. We got a lurker. Anyone else lurking? Oh, I'm not sure about no. Oh, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's a nicer curve, a bit smoother. For anyone who is just learning Illustrator and you're watching this kind of stuff, Command or Control Y. Okay, it's up here. It's outline mode. It basically takes you into a styleless wireframe where you can view the geometry of your design without any styling applied, and it makes problem solving and things so much easier. So here I've got that bit of, you see the bubble here? Obviously I can't select that. And so I can go in here, Shift M for the shape builder tool, Alter option. See, I can select segments, click to get rid of it. Oh, you still creeping out there? You still creeping out a bit? What's going on there? Okay, let's try. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I can't select that endpoint. So I'm going to tap this one out. I'm going to move this one back a little bit. I'm going to tap this back with the arrow key again. And now I can make that selection. It's a nifty trick if you can't select something. If you've got a cluster of points and you can't select something underneath, select one anchor point. Use the arrow keys to just shift it out to the right. Do what you need to do, clean it up, and then use the left arrow key to just shift that point back. It's 4:30 p.m. in Poland. Nice. You're an hour ahead, I think. May need to tighten or widen, depending which looks better to the lower curve of the S. Lower curve. To make the connection more of a smooth curve up to where it connects to make the blank space look more equal. Then I'm getting ready. A t-shirt design for you. Let me finish and then come back to you. Oh, yes. Please do. I think there's a... Is there a link I posted on the community tab about submitting your work? Does the loop on the Y bother anyone else? That was something we did this morning. So what we did have before, and I'm open to suggestions, but it was more like this. And then someone suggested kind of connecting it at the top. Obviously, better than that. But I wasn't feeling that. It just looks weird. And all I can see now is like a bum shape. So it's just not working for me personally. Even though that would make sense. If you were kind of drawing this and, you were doing the K and you would kind of do that. And that's where someone, I think it was Dan and Tanvir, I think, they suggested connecting it with a loop. And that seemed to work. And it has like a nice flow. And another suggestion was doing something like that. But I don't know. I quite like the sort of ascenders and descenders being consistent in their styling. I think we're really kind of at the sort of later point of this now. Like this is definitely like much further in the process. I'm liking where everything's landed and where we've evolved it to. It's just looking at the real kind of micro detail, I guess you could say. See you later, Zach. Winter metal is perfect. Okay, there we go. Done. Check. I just find CorelDRAW so much easier to use in Illustrator. That's one of the software things. That's some software that I used much earlier in my career. The guy who was kind of my boss at the time used a lot of CorelDRAW, so I naturally kind of fell into using it. Um, and yeah, this is going back like 16, 17 years, but I've got no idea what CorelDRAW is like now. Do they do a Mac version of CorelDRAW? Yeah, another idea was thanks. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about either of those underlines, you know? Do we need to start a war on that? What? CorelDRAW versus Illustrator? I don't think it has as many features as Illustrator. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Certainly not these days. Oh, you like the underline? Okay. Good morning, Paran. Make the while curl inward like the D, cutting the arc. Like the D. Hmm? My voice isn't high. Hang on, I can always bring the mic closer. Is that a bit better? Hang on, how's that? What are you using to draw? This thing. This is an XP Pen Artist 12 Gen 2. I've actually done a review on my channel a while ago now. As far as pen displays go, it's brilliant, and it's more on the affordable side of things compared to some of the other pen displays. Like yeah, it's very reasonably priced for what it is, to be fair, and it's great. It's got buttons, a stylus. It's a good bit of kit, really is. The main advantage of using a graphics tablet is you're drawing on like a bit of plastic, whereas this you're drawing directly on the display. So you can draw when you're drawing on the display directly. You're basically drawing at a 1-to-1 ratio. Um, And the difference between me using this and looking at the main 27-inch screen that's in front of me, obviously that screen's bigger than the tablet I'm designing on. It's still, even drawing these sorts of curves, it's much easier. But when I kind of sit here and I'll draw it on that screen, it's just much easier to kind of get the curves that I'm looking for. Like, just to give you an example, this isn't a sales pitch for pen displays, by the way, but they are good. This is me using the trackpad. It's all right. It's okay. Illustrator corrected a lot of that. If you haven't used the pencil tool, this is your secret weapon here. Crank that smoothness up. It's a lifesaver. But doing it with the graphics tablet, it's just effortlessly easy. Super smooth. You're the goat, Dan. Hey, that's very kind of you. Oh, I'd love a goat. That is one of my goals, to have a goat one day. Like an actual goat. Roxy Van Impel. What an excellent name. Hello. Love this. Did you draw this with the pencil or the pencil? So this was... Actually, this is a cool comparison. Oh, goodness. Where have I put it? It's just Dansky everywhere. So this is the original font. So just to see how it's progressed, this is like, what is it? How it started and how it's going. Top is the font. This is the design at the bottom. So as you can see, it's quite different. Rajlal, hey, good morning. Good morning to you too. Latif Sami says, yep, now good. Excellent. Welcome to Dansky Land font heaven. Scott says, put the D over the Y again. D over the Y again. Part of the arc that forms the D to make it a Y. Gotcha. All right, let's give that a go. Where have I put it? I see what you're saying. Just grab this out. I can experiment there. Oh, we could make them hold hands. There's so many different ways you can connect this. Yeah, I don't know. I quite like the loop. I do like the loop. I know that's a terrible example. Oh, have I misunderstood that? Don't invert it. Oh, what, the original? You prefer the original Y? This is so hard to understand. Sorry, Scott, you're probably shouting at the screen. What are you doing? James, yes. Quick segue. Segue. That's a good point, James. Thank you, James, for spearheading the marketing effort here on the channel. just poke me every now and then. Damn, promote the course. Right. So I've made the Adobe Illustrator Masterclass. This is my full course that will teach you everything that I know about Illustrator from start to finish. So even if you're a beginner, this will teach it all, and it's really good. I mean, obviously, I would say that I spent 6 months working on it, over 15,000 lines of individually recorded dialogue to make sure that everything is fully explained, and many of those had multiple takes as well. And it just basically, if you're learning Illustrator and you're doing it on your own, that's fine, but there's loads and loads of mistakes that you'll naturally make just from as you go through the process. And for me, I spent 17 years to get to this point, and this course will shortcut that process considerably. So if you want to learn pretty much everything Illustrator has to offer, including the 70 or 80 odd tools, there's a ridiculous amount of tools over here on the left, then it's all covered in this full course. So and there's the link for it. Also, there's a discount code for 15% off. There should be in the stream description. So if you're interested, definitely don't forget to get that as well. Thank you, James. Rick says, love both, but prefer the original. It's more relaxed and flowy. Love the Ascenders in the D&K original, and love the S in the original. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I do like the original. I do like it. One thing I love about this new design is it kind of does embody my kind of design style a bit. So it's kind of a sort of fusion of this, but also with my style is much more kind of, I'm very good at organizing chaos, and I like organizing chaos in my design work, laying things out, attention to detail, that kind of thing. So rather than just kind of having all these ascenders and descenders freehand, I've kind of got them all at the same angle, and it's that sort of those little intricacies and that detail that it's been quite fun to bring to this design. And it's kind of cool as well because it means I get to sort of put my own stamp on it. And actually, there's so many people that on the streams that have contributed to this, as I mentioned earlier, that it's quite nice as well. Like, I didn't do this on my own, and I couldn't have got it to this point on my own. It's been from feedback from you guys as well, and ideas and suggestions that have helped get it to this point. So it's definitely a team effort. Why do you keep turning the D upside down? Put it over the Y and take some of the arc off around the part of the D. Oh, it's oh, what you mean like this? There we go. Taken off part of the D. Yes. Okay, good. We got there. Jeff Whiskey, afternoon. Charles, hi Dansky. I love what you do. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Elements Vids, use the curvature tool. Yes, you can use the curvature tool. I don't use this one too much, but it is very, very good because you can do simple dot to dots, and it actually helps create very smooth curves. So that is a really good tool. It's one of those ones I don't use. I think it's really good, especially if you're new to Illustrator. It's just up here. I could use it for this, but like I say, with the pen display, the pencil tool, the smoothing turned up, I find it easier and faster to just kind of freehand it, and then I can use the smooth tool as well. this little beauty under here to refine the edges. And then if I need to, I can pen tool some curves. Ooh, Christian Soto. Hey, I'm a calligrapher and I realized that the best way to do this is draw in piece of paper first, then Illustrator. You already said that you don't have a calligraphy skills, but I do. Excellent. So I can draw something and send it to you if you want. I mean, if you want to, yeah. I mean, don't feel like you have to, but that would be amazing. I mean, if you know, this is kind of the design as it is now. So if there's something in here that you think isn't working or is working, like honestly, yeah, I'd be really interested to see it. But Jeff says, love it, but for me and my dyslexic brain reads it as Q-Iansky. May just be me though. Q-Iansky. Yeah. I mean, I think this is why it's been really helpful to get so many opinions, but I think there is always going to be an element of this that isn't, it's not going to be instantly legible by everyone. Like some people said that this looked like the word key at the end, and then the S here looks like a G because it's cursive, and so it looks a bit different. So as you could see in the old designs, I've definitely tried to iterate and iterate to make the letters be more distinguishable. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's always going to be a point where not everyone's going to be able to read it right off the bat. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like normally this logo wouldn't just be displayed on a black screen somewhere. It would be displayed somewhere, so it would have context. You know, you might see this logo on, let's say, Dansky.com, but you're already on Dansky.com, so you know that your kind of brain will read it as Dansky because you're already on the site. So there'll be other written things related to Dansky that, do you know what I mean? Whereas if I were to, you know, pop up behind you and go, haha, surprise, read this, then yeah, I could see that it some of these letters might pose a problem. Afif, you're back. Yeah, this is round two. I still feel like the lower loop of the S needs to be wider. Yeah, what would you do, Chris? Would you bring that over here to the left? Oof, not like that. Come on, Dan. Nice smooth curve. Sometimes takes a few goes to get it. I'd move both sides out. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, Jeff. It's like, you know, it's listening to everyone because, you know, some people have suggestions. And actually when I try it, even this morning, there was a few I thought, I'm not sure about that. When I tried it, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this works. But yeah, got to be careful about too many cooks as well. Too many opinions, and if you do everything to appease everyone, you know, it's going to end up looking like a right dog's dinner. So it's being open to try these different ideas, but also knowing when to, I guess, at least from my perspective, trust myself, you know? I'd move both sides out. Yeah. What does that mean? Like, oh, yeah. Are you referring to the bottom loop? Just to check that I have understood what you're saying correctly, because I may have misinterpreted that entirely. Please zoom out. Let's see. Definitely getting there, though. Definitely getting there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, up at 5 a.m. this morning. That was an early start. Anyone else read the book, The 5 a.m. Club? I'm almost at the end now. It's an absolutely phenomenal book. It'll probably be the only book I've ever actually finished in the last 10 years. It's getting there. Okay, that's good. I feel like it's getting there as well. I feel like we're getting there. And like I said, I like the fact we've all worked on this. This has been a team effort for sure. It's nice. Huh. As if you got hold of the lower loop and pulled it wider, so it's not wider on one side. You had it right just then, but would need to rework the down part and yeah, okay. Oh no, I've run out of black space. Right, let's give this a go then. Let's use the pen display for this. Oh, see how easy that is? Here's a question. Do you think that the S is hanging a bit too low? Actually, let me just... This is a trick. If you want to create two views, you go to new window and then you can tile them. So now this one on the left, I'll keep that zoomed out for anyone that wants to see how it looks. There we go, squidge that over. Then I can zoom in and work on this one. If you like that tip, by the way, check out my new video. It's got 8 other things. So there you go. There's one of them. Yes, looks like an 8 now. No! Yeah. Okay, this is a cool trick as well. This might work. So direct selection tool will grab these individual anchors. As case, let's try giving it a rotate. Press R for the rotate tool, and let's just try and rotate the S on its own. See? Ooh. So you can rotate individual anchors, and I can kind of try and match it to the sort of slant of the other letters. I feel like it's hanging too low now. Right, so it needs to come down. It's hard. I don't know. I feel like I've made it worse. Let's have a look. Let's get some cursive letter S's up. We got some good references over here as well. Well, that one comes down very low there. And this is good because, like I said earlier, I don't have this kind of experience, calligraphy and letter forms, hand lettering, that kind of stuff, like some people would. So I can look at existing fonts in this style and get a sense for how to do it. And a lot of these S's, very different in style, but very similar in their kind of structure and shape. Number them and let people vote on their favorite. That's a good idea. I think I want to get the second version to a point where I'm happy with it as well. And then we'll do a vote. Maybe that's the way to go. We'll flip it, do it the other way around. We'll go with a slightly smaller top and a larger bottom. Hey, da 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 da. You too, man. All the best, Reese. Good luck. Hope it goes well. Is it live? It is indeed. Bucket. Hey, from Thailand. Nice forehead. What are we making? Thank you. I do have a rather large forehead. Oh, did you join when I was looking down? I thought you were complimenting the size of my forehead then. Excellent. Thank you, Zach. I will check that out later. I prefer the S on the previous one. Yeah, what do we got? We've got two S's now. Let's bring them closer. I know, I do like that S. I do like previous S. I do like that top one. I gotta be honest. I love the top one. I do like it. But just so we're not writing off a potentially good idea, let's just explore this a wee bit more. Yeah, gut instinct says top one. Maybe. It's a difficult one. It's a compliment. Thank you, Nils. Pretty much on my previous thought, now pushing up the top of the S and widening the bottom loop, although it could look worse than before. Yeah. I gotta say, this is very enjoyable using a pen display. Like, it really is an enjoyable experience. Like in terms of kind of actually how it feels to do. Like I could achieve similar results with a mouse and patience and the pen tool, but it doesn't ever feel as nice. Whereas this feels really nice. Hoo-hoo. What do we reckon? Nice little kind of consistent width gap there. I'm appreciating that. Oh, you liked the one earlier, did you, Afif? The S doesn't look good like an S anymore. It looks like a G. Yeah, it's obviously something to be mindful of is how this looks. Snap that in there. Ah, I've not. Hang on. I've not closed. I've not cut the gap. Let's make the same cut so we got a like for like comparison. Yeah, gut instinct says top one still. The reason I'm going to go with top one is because the bigger loop on the top kind of covers that space a bit more, whereas here it's sort of created this gap and it's kind of tighter over here. I do like the top one as well. There's something about the top one that feels really nice. I'm glad we played around with the bottom one. I am glad. No regrets. I could squish it down. No. The bigger loop on the top one looks like a G. Right, we're gonna put this to a vote. Yeah, there's things I like about both of them, but we'll throw out a vote. And you guys, honestly, you tell me which one you prefer. 1 and 2. Right, let's do this. Let's do a poll. Which is better? 1, 2. Hello, first time watching. Hello. Oh, I'm not going to try and pronounce your name. I will mess that up. But yeah, hello. Seriously, Chris. I like the bottom loop on the S on the bottom and the top loop on the S on the top. Okay, fur it is. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could do the loop, the bigger loop on this one, but then I think it would come down a bit too low. And I quite like the size difference with the top and the bottom of the S being different sizes. Like, I'll quickly try it, but I feel like I just won't like it as much being the same size. Yeah, I quite like the size difference. There's something about that S. I'm just really, I'm fully sold on that S. I think. Just not sure how it connects to the K. That's it. Fujitsu logo. Let's give that a look. Oh yeah, yeah. That's got the kind of sort of almost to like an infinity symbol. Worth a try. Yeah, it's always worth a try. It looks like an ant. The connection between the S and the K might need a slight more curve down, maybe. Yeah. Do you know what? What about reusing the curvature? Okay, right. First up, let's end that one. Looks like number 1 is the winner. Thank you very much. Let's throw you over there. I need a bit more black, I think. There we go. Let's give myself all the space I could ever need. We're just going to keep going down. Yeah, I wonder if... what if I could take this? Let's make a different color so while I'm working on it, I can actually see what I'm doing. This is something I like to do in a lot of my work. Specifically logos, if I can, is reuse elements that can be the same. So, could I connect? No. Let's try again. Yeah, so let's connect these up into one path. Command or Control J to join them. Now it's one path. I can there we go. I have an easier time trying to correct this. Hmm. Hey, Tanvir, you're back. We're carrying on, my friend. No, there's no silly questions. No silly questions. Every question is valid, for sure. Gotta go. Dinner. Amazing. Thank you for stopping by, Afif. I'll catch you later. Oh, there we go. I want to try and follow the curvature of this part of the S here. Yeah, is that different? Or I just... Yeah, it is. It's kind of just coming in a bit lower. I think I prefer that. We're coming in a bit lower, and we've got this kind of sort of mirroring that bit there. Do you see what I mean? So we're sort of creating a bit more consistency between how those similar sort of curves are being treated. You weren't lying when you said you're a perfectionist. No, I really wasn't. I am a perfectionist to the absolute max to an annoying max. It is irritating. But I do think, honestly, like that sort of attention to detail is kind of, if I had to have a design superpower for whatever reason, I think it is one of mine. It's just something I think I'm good at it. It's just, some people are crazy creative, and my sort of, I guess, specialism within design is kind of, as I said earlier, order and chaos, technical, attention to detail, just having an eye for those little things. Which is why in design review I'm so picky. I like pick up on these like tiny little details. Yes, that's what I was meaning. Yes, Chris, we got there. We got there. Okay, yeah, I like that as well. I like that as well. Mate, we got there. We got there. I wouldn't want to make it any bigger, if I'm honest, Chris. I wouldn't want to make the upper part any bigger. Rebecca, with how the K is connected to the Y, it looks like there's an E in the middle of the both. So to me, it reads dance key. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a. I mean, I guess the only other way to do that is to make it smaller. But then the problem is that gap in the middle becomes very, very small. If I make it too small, it just becomes like a little knobbly bit, which I'm not too much of a fan of. So I feel like that was the kind of smallest as I could get it without that gap being too small and without it turning into like a little knobbly bit. Oh, it's really hard. It is hard. It's one of those things. It's like, have I been staring at this too long now? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Like earlier, Rebecca, I kind of it was like this, which I did like, but then someone pointed out that kind of like this isn't how you draw that letter. You would do the K and you connect it up to the Y, and so sort of trying to follow through how you would write this if you were to write this as a signature. Do you see what I mean? So it kind of obviously that was awful, but it does have a flow to it, which is something that I hadn't really considered. So I've learned something today as well, which is cool. Danky. Yeah, there are no other loops on the other letters, so it definitely stands out like an E. Oh, I know. Maybe. I don't know. Open to alternative suggestions. Hang on. Right, so this is what I would do. If I was on my own and I didn't have a lovely bunch of people ready to help me, what I would do is I would go and look at these existing fonts and see how they do it. So okay, so this one here, it does just connect halfway up there. So that That's an option. Same here, does connect up halfway. In fact, quite a few of them seem to do that, actually. That one's completely separate. Yeah, a lot of these are connecting at that halfway point. So I don't know, maybe we could do that. This one here connects to the top. What else? Let's get a kind of sense for halfway, halfway. That's connecting halfway. Yeah, that seems to be... Even this one here, that does kind of actually what we had before. Right, okay. So, and these have all been done by people presumably with experience in typography, calligraphy, hand lettering madness. So I'm sure they're in the know. So they obviously know something. So let's just go back and try a version that doesn't have the loop. Let's just try it. Design's never a straight line after all. It's all wibbly wobbly. Goes in all sorts of different directions. Let's just loop that in there. Let's just squidge that back in. Actually, I'm going to grab the other Y from before. I did quite like this one. Let's just grab that. Plonk him in. Right, there we go. Scoot you over there. Plonkety plonk. Maybe I could bring this around more. And we'll shape border tool. That there. Stray anchor point to be gone. Ho hum. It's a bit tall, so let's give it a trimmy trim. I don't know. Have I trimmed the ascender and the descenders too short? I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I got a bit carried away. A bit too snippety. I'm not a letterer, so you're doing better than I would. Rebecca, I'm not a letterer either. This is definitely outside my my comfort zone. And it's like a lot of things design-wise. Like I'd like to think I can do most things, but when it's outside my comfort zone, it will take me considerably longer than someone with that experience. You know, I think actually we'd be quite amazed. I certainly have been. How many things I can do that are outside my comfort zone if I just sit down and force myself to kind of keep working at it. And oftentimes, you know, it seems impossible at first, but the secret ingredient is just time. Give yourself more time, and don't let all that self doubt creep in and then throw in the towel. Like I've nearly done that. I've nearly done some of that on my Photoshop work, and then I ended up creating some of my best work. And it's like, wow, Dan, you nearly gave up on that. Oh, okay. If you follow the rules of cursive, the letters should connect, but there shouldn't be any visible loops. Okay, well, if that is correct and that is a rule, then we... Well, I mean, does that... What about the S? Are we being a bit cheeky there? What is it they say? Rules are made to be broken. go. I mean, does that look silly? Having the just the Y like a bit of a stump? I just knocked that top bit off. Actually, maybe just make it shorter, like a little bit stumpy. Oops. Whoa, calm down, Dan. God, keyboard shortcuts galore. Maybe. Now I need to recurve that a bit. Bring it back round. I like the height. Just need to kind of pull it back a bit. Smooth tool to the rescue. Beautiful. Actually, no, not beautiful. More smooth tool. I like it as it is. Perfect. No more needed. Oh my goodness. Chris, now I'm scared to change anything, man. We got there. Okay. Chris is happy. Right. That's one. We've only got like another 67 people. I mean, I think that would be an impossible task to get everyone to like it. There's a nice kind of parity there. Again, that this was accidental, but there's a nice. Check this out. If I just throw in some red, got the A, got a little boop, a little stump, a little stump. So there's kind of like a nice sort of parity there. So I could even reuse that piece. So we're reusing pieces for added consistency, which is well, necessary or unnecessary, maybe. Not entirely sure, but let's merge those. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's join them, just so they're at the same height. At least you're pushing yourself out your comfort zone. Good for you. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, it's good to do. If you're not feeling discomfort, it's that's how I think about it. A lot of things in life. If I'm not feeling discomfort sometimes, then it's like, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean? But I think I've sort of over time trained myself to kind of seek out the discomfort. Like 3 years ago, I started taking cold showers. So every single morning, I start the day by just blasting myself in the shower with cold water. And everyone I say that to says, "Oh my god, you're crazy! Why would you do that?" It's like it's become ritualistic now. It wakes me up. I feel great. Amazing start to the day. But I could be in like the most half asleep, exhausted state, 3 hours sleep, whatever, something awful like that. Cold shower, boom, wide awake, just like that, like a light switch. And it's unpleasant, but it's become habitual now. So it's yeah. Back then I made a very concerted effort to like, I want to get good at this. I went out to see Wim Hof in the Netherlands for like a seminar at his place, and we did the ice baths and everything. And yeah, I just kind of I was into it before then, but ever since coming back, it was like, yes, the cold is good. The cold is our friend, and it's had a massive impact on my life, my productivity, so many things. We haven't got rid of the loop yet, Tanvir. We're just experimenting. We're just experimenting. So we have loop and no loop. If you forced me to pick one right now, gut instinct, I'd say no loop. Maybe. I think I think no loop. That could change in like a few hours though. Oh man. Yeah, that's it sounds awful, but once you do it enough, you fall in love with actually the. I mean, there's all sorts of health benefits on paper you can look up for cold showers. Loads of them. It's ridiculous. There's so many. In fact, it's almost like why would you not do it? But just for me, it was just about the feeling. I just would go from feeling tired from staying up too late working mostly, which is something I'm terrible at. I would suddenly just feel wide awake and feel great. All right, I'm gonna grab you. This kind of comes down a little bit lower. What's the temperature where you live in? Freezing. This morning at 7 o'clock, it was -1 degrees. It's got warmer now. It's probably a few degrees now, but I'm in the UK and it was pretty cold. So yeah, it was definitely an icy shower this morning. Even just to kind of mention as well, even cold baths. Like there's been times where I've had really bad back pain from sitting down at a chair all day, or like from stress or something. If I've got really bad back pain, can barely move, or woke up stiff, slept badly, whatever it is, something like that. And what Poppy will normally do is she'll run me a cold bath. I'll be like an absolute state. I'll be tired, whatever. And she'll run me a cold bath. If we've got any ice, we throw that in there as well. I'm not even kidding you. You go in there for like a minute or 2 minutes, you just grit and bear it. And when I get out, I feel like, yeah, I feel like a new man. I feel great. Pain's gone. It's honestly, it's some kind of miracle stuff. And I think this sort of, if you go into the science behind it, is because your body gets so cold that it thinks that it thinks you're dying basically. So it rapidly starts to heat up your body, and it triggers this rapid kind of healing essentially from being so cold. So the shock factor triggers it, and you can get out of a cold bath and you've just got this, like, you're enveloped by this warm glow. Honestly, it's pretty mad. It's really mad, but pretty amazing. Hey, David, looks great. The D and the S really stand out. Leave it like this, I say. Will this video stay on this YouTube channel? Maybe not these impromptu ones. If I do these a bit more regularly, the usual typical design streams, yeah, they normally stay up. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might just sort of set this one to unlisted or something. So if you've got the link to it, you can still come back and watch it later on if you want. Celsius. You were Johnny Bravo, man. Hello, shout out my name. Satisfy videos. There you go. You had your name shouted out. How do you feel? Dansky, Lansky, or Jansky? We're never going to win this game, are we? Yeah, I get that after being outdoors in the winter with my hands. Feels like you have an invisible fire in your palm. Yeah. Nice. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I think this is looking That's looking pretty good, I think. Oh, do you know, I might have to I might lengthen these a little bit. I did shorten them earlier. I feel like they just need to go a tiny bit longer. Okay, I think we've abandoned the loop then. Might as well make it official. Minus 22. Wow. My goodness. Where are you based, Power? Yeah, no, I did try that, Harris. I've got a bit of a. I don't really like the D shorter. I really don't like it. Sweden. Ah, unusually cold winter here. Ah, winter has come. I've seen you working 3 days at the same artwork. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably been about what, a good 6 hours? Over 6 hours spent on this, I think now. And it's good to have that period in between where you kind of rest and look at it. So what I will do is I probably will wrap this up in about 5-10 minutes and then just leave this design, put it to one side, go and do something else. Maybe cook another chicken or something, whatever. And then have a look at it again in a few hours or tomorrow. Because bizarrely, you know, your opinion can change quite considerably. I might look at this tomorrow and go, what on earth happened here? Hopefully not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the capital D, Adam. I did try a few of those last night. Wow, Canada. Oh my goodness, minus 40. Can I ask what you're designing? Yes, it started out as a Dansky signature for my artwork, which might end up now being a new logo. Minus 40. Wow. Uh, oh, is that mock-up? I was trying to find a mock-up then. I had a t-shirt mock-up. actually. Let's go and grab one. This is in Varto Elements for anyone interested. Oh, actually, no, let's do hoodie. Hoodie. That's one I had the other day that was a really nice one. Let's grab this one. He's a good looking chap. Nice facial hair. Absolutely, I approve. Let's download you, sir. Let's have a look. See what we got here. All right. If anyone's interested in Envato Elements, there's a link in the stream description to check it out. I've been using this for years now. Can't recommend it enough. It's honestly brilliant. You see all those mock-ups that people use in design review? Like, you can get that kind of thing from here. Just literally makes it so flippin' easy to mock stuff up. Change the color of the hoodie. Oh, look at it. This has been expertly set up. Nice. Nice. There we go. Black. There we go. There's just one more thing we need to do, just to make it a bit more on brand. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Perfect. Stupid guy creating design. Oh, that's not very nice, Rena. I'm only partially stupid. Sometimes, believe it or not, I can say things that are rather intelligent. I like your beard. Thank you. Well, this one or the MS Paint one. Yeah, no, it's cool seeing it mocked up as well. Try a small version. Yeah, it's so good. Gives you a much true to life version about how things are going to look. Yeah, oh, I could play around with this all day. Yeah, mock-ups are incredible. You know, you can obviously make them yourself, but I just, if you're designing professionally, just unless you need something custom, just don't. You're going to save so much time using these professionally created mock-ups. You just then get to kind of focus on the actual design. Just drop it in, boom. Nice. I want to create a logo and hoodies for my high school design studio class. Nice. Yeah, so if you ever need to pitch your logo on a hoodie to somebody, this is a great way to kind of give them a more true to life idea of how that logo looks, you know, with the sort of situational context of how someone would wear it. Are we changing the bottom right subscribe logo to this? Maybe, yeah. This, I mean, you know, this might become the new logo. And like I said earlier, I love the fact we've all worked on it. It's a team effort. Let's chunk it up. I mean, that's the great thing because of the way this is set up as well, with the all being a path or what have you. All of this width can be changed. It can be fully tweaked. You just made me interested to make a design like this for me too. Oh, cool. Yeah. And it's a great place to start is to write your name or whatever word you'd like and just do it in a whole bunch of fonts. Like all these signature fonts, I think I mentioned already, but they were all from Envato Elements. So you literally just go signature, do a search, fonts. I mean, just look at them. There's just so many. I had downloaded a bunch, but there are lots. These can be a great starting point, as you saw with this one. We've changed it quite a lot and it's evolved, but depends on your name. Sometimes you've got a word or a name that actually just looks amazing in a particular typeface. So, yeah. Hello, Mr. White, and all you beautiful people. Oh, hello, Popinder. Nice of you to join us. We're just about to wrap up, unfortunately, love. Thank you for your easy to follow videos. You are very welcome. What is the font name? Oh, this isn't a font. This is a this is custom, baby. Yeah, no, this is custom, but it was based off of. Let me show you the original font. So it was based off this font. So you can probably sort of see the similarities in. Well, actually, the N is probably the most similar piece. Actually, everything else has changed quite a lot. But yeah, that was kind of where it started. Oh dang, I keep missing you. Don't worry, Pops. You've only got to wait like an hour or two, and then you'll see me in the flesh. Hey, lucky you. Envato Elements is awesome. Absolutely, it is. The graphic designer's version of "Did you draw that?" Give it a name. What this? I mean, it's. I don't know. What would you call it? Dansky signature? I don't know. I mean, it is a name. It's my name. Thanks, Sky. Don't you dare. Your one. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, this is definitely our one. We've all done this. Like I said earlier, this would not have been possible without such amazing feedback from everyone, from people with experience, from people having no experience, but just having an opinion and an observation. Yeah, and it's been fun trying all this stuff out today. You know, it's been really good. Let's grab today started. Where did today start? Let's grab the right one. I believe it was this one. It's always fun to kind of look at how something's evolved. So the bottom one is where it started this morning. And the top one is where it's, I'd say finished up, but where it's ended today. Might still change, but Yeah, I like it. Someone's gonna say I like the bottom one more now. You know it's coming. Please, just don't do it. Don't do that to me, please. Envato Elements looks like an amazing resource. Do you have an affiliate link? Yes, I'm an affiliate with Envato Elements. Honestly, it's just amazing. Like, and the link that I use is in the video description. So if you sign up with my link, I get a little commission from that, which is nice. If you don't sign up with my link, that's fine as well. Like, just check it out. Honestly, it's a great platform. However you sign up, it's one of those things. It's like an all-in-one. So for me as a creator, using kind of music, sound effects, this stuff for video production as well, like I get so much use out of it because I just use like almost everything on the platform. It's like, just give me all the downloads. Oh no, Poppy's got an opinion. Hang on. What's she saying now? I love both, but the top K and the S are lush and the Y. I love both, but the top K and the S are lush and the Y. Oh, well, you like all of them. The top K and the S. Yes, I do like the top S as well. David says definitely looks more finished now. Ooh, Scott's just made a good suggestion. I'm going to have to try it out now. I'm going to have to try it out. Basically, I prefer the top one. Let's just try this. So Scott was talking about the leg on the K coming down under the Y. Have I understood that correctly, Scott? K and the Y about to do a high five. That's funny. Oh, maybe. Oh god, there's me thinking we're done. Apparently not. Oh, I don't know. Do I like that? I feel like maybe 10 hours later. No, that's too short. Yeah, kind of the way it could potentially come under the Y. Maybe. Oh god, not Dan Shy again. Yeah, maybe it's going a little bit that way. Oh goodness, guys, we've moved back to Danshi. I'm just gonna have to change the name, I think. New channel name, Danshi. Hmm. That's a hard one, that is. I don't not like it. Something's telling me it's still worth exploring. So let's do this. Do the offset. Then I'm going to use that lovely offset to let's nudge that out. I'm trying to get like a consistently perfect width around here. You see? So now I've kind of done the offset. I've got that. The Danshi, aren't we? No. Well, this is a conundrum, isn't it? I do rather like that. Is that a K or an H? Is it Danshi or Dansky? Sounds Indian. Danshi. Does a little bit, actually. You like that, Scott? Looks more like a K. David says K. See, this is something that I find difficult to sort of get my brain used to. When you're used to like working with shapes and sans serif typefaces and blah blah blah, you're used to things lining up. So basically, you're used to having like a baseline. You know, you've got your baseline, you've got your X height, all these things. Whereas now, for this design, my baseline kind of is there, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. They're almost with this type of design, there isn't really a baseline, is there? So, and I don't know if anyone with this kind of more typographical experience can answer this question. With me bringing the leg of the K down, what is or isn't acceptable? How low can I bring this? Should this line up with the left side? Is that okay? Or can it come down even further? Like, or are we judging it by eye? Do you know what I mean? Like with a lot of the sort of other typography related things, there's certain rules. You know, rules inverted commas. You know, you've got your baseline, your X height. You know, your A's, your D's, and your bowls. They dip slightly below the baseline or above the X height. Whereas, you know, I'm sure this kind of more typographical design has some rules like that as well, but I just don't know them. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Like I almost sort of with the other type of lettering, I know where the lines are. I know kind of where the line is. Whereas with this, it's like, what are the rules? What are the guidelines? Because if there is no baseline, sort of, it's kind of irrelevant, and letters can go up and down and be all sorts of height. How do you position various elements? Does that make sense? Cheers, Zach. Catch you later, man. Compare with the other one. Yeah, let's do a comparison. Right, we'll throw you up there. Let's chuck these two over here. God, that is tough. That is actually really tough. I don't know. Hmm. Might have to let that one marinate a little bit and just sort of sit on that for a few hours. I think signatures have more freedom. Yeah, I think this type of lettering, you definitely get some more freedom. Even the fonts we looked at the beginning, some of them were very even hard to read, but they all kind of have certain characteristics, particularly the S on a lot of them was very, very similar. More dynamic to have your K break the baseline. Yeah, let's break the rules. I love it. Perhaps it's Yanshi and you were Norwegian in a past life. I don't know. Is Yanshi a Norwegian name? The thing with cursive is that when you start to make certain strokes longer or more loopy, you easily end up creating more letters within it. Yeah, as we saw with the end, with the key. The Y is level with Dan. Yep. Yeah, the descenders and the ascenders are all level. So if you want to exaggerate certain elements of cursive letters, you want to do it on the strokes that identify them. So for G, Y, you can extend the tails. Okay. Do a poll. I mean, that's a good idea, James. I'm actually honestly a bit nervous. Okay, right. Yeah, you're right. This is a good poll to do. This is a good poll. This is a good poll. And I'm not going to say which one I prefer either before doing the poll. So my bias is not part of it. I like them both. Start a poll. Which design is king? I'm going to go with 1 or 2. Let's go. Oh, we've got 1 in the lead. Yep, 1 still taking it. We got any more for 2? I'm a fountain pen nerd, so getting nerdy with handwriting is part of that hobby. Ah, good. Right. Excellent. You're very useful, Foe. Thank you very much. 1 looks more free flowing, says Tanvir. Looks nice. Poll's cooking. It's going up and down. We'll give it a minute to run. Any lurkers on the stream, please please just give us your attention for 5 seconds. I just need your opinion. Nice sketch architecture, not so good at handwriting. Yeah, I know. I do graphic design and UI design, like this sort of stuff. This ain't me. But it's good fun. It's good practice. I mean, the amount I've learned today from not just from doing this, but from things that people have been writing in the chat has been really, really, really helpful. In fact, I think it's fair to say that a lot of us have learned things, hopefully. That's the nice thing about these streams. We can just, freely share ideas. Oh, this is close. This is close. I gotta let this run for a couple more minutes. Any more votes? Any more votes? 62 to 38. It's gonna be close. There's 24 votes and 70 people on the stream now. So I don't know if there's still 50 people on the stream who haven't voted yet. So if you're listening to me and you haven't voted because you're doing something else, please, I implore you, just switch back to the stream just for a second. Give us your opinion. Then I can give you a fun fact. Non-cursive handwriting is also called print. People started to write in print more because ballpoint pens work better with that style. Oh, okay. Nice. I like that. Fun fact. Got to go. Entire process was interesting to watch. Everyone get out there and design something. Nice. Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate all your input. Really, really helpful, my friend. Yeah, that is a tough one. I think it's at this point I will just need to like retire my eyes from the screen, go away and eat some chicken, and then look at it again a bit later or something. Because I have been staring at this for probably what, going on 5 hours today now. No, 4 hours. Okay, we'll get to 40 votes and then I'll end it. It's close. It's close. I don't know if 3 more votes would make the difference. We'll go to 40. Okay, that's a good point, Anthony. 2 is obviously more original, but I think 1 flows more naturally. Because of your stream, I started working for my clients. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that means Sharaf. I'm not sure if that means the stream was so inspiring that you started working for your clients, or the stream was so terrible that it bored you so much you had to go and do work for your clients just to escape. I like 2 because it has personality. That is 40. Right, boom, we're ending it. 60-40. What's the time at your place? That's a good question. 5 o'clock? Just gone 5 o'clock. What if it ends up 50-50? Yeah, I think it's so okay, the majority of people, it's close, it is close, but I think what I'm gonna do, this is where I sit right now. 1 is like, yes, I really do like it. And I think actually Anthony hit it on the head. 2 is more original and I do like it. But I think I need probably a break from it to just have some space from it and then come and look at it again. I think number 1, if I were to sort of say, right, let's sign it off now and that's the new logo, I'd be happy with that. Whereas with 2, I'd be a little bit like, does that need a bit more time to kind of stew in the brain and just sort of see how I feel about it? I don't know. Reynard says, as a beginner, what is your step when you have to design something? What is your thought process? Designing what specifically, Reynard? Like a logo or something like this, or a poster, flyer, user interface? We need a chicken. Which one do you prefer, Dan? Yeah, I think possibly number 1, because that same as what a lot of people said, it does flow. I don't really like to. Oh well, there we go. Poppy doesn't like to, so that's it. Just we didn't really even need the poll, did we? We should have just asked Poppy. Poppy, what do you think? I felt overwhelmed to work. Oh, that's good. After watching your stream for a few minutes, I got some kind of energy. That's why I said, oh, nice. Excellent. Creative energy, and the stream isn't boring. Fantastic. I'm happy with that. Yeah, right. Oh, I am going to go and grab something to eat now because, yeah, I am. I'm rather tired and I need a break. I need to go and rest my eyes and maybe go and step outside and look at the sky or something. Segue before you end the stream. Thank you, James, the new marketing manager here at Dansky. Oh, so good. Right, segue. So if anyone, well, hopefully you've enjoyed the stream, but if anyone is interested in learning basically everything I know about Adobe Illustrator from start as a beginner all the way through to more advanced stuff, this is the Adobe Illustrator Masterclass. It's the course that I finally created. It took me 6 months, over 15,000 lines of voiceover to make sure that every single line I deliver is explained clearly. And it will just, I spent years throughout my career making a ton of mistakes, doing things the wrong way, wasting time. This just sidesteps all of that, and it will teach you the right way and the most efficient way to design using all the tools in Illustrator. So if you see me kind of moving around using shortcuts and doing all this crazy stuff and you're thinking, how on earth is he doing that? Or Illustrator has previously seemed intimidating, I promise you, once you learn the tools and you become familiar with everything, it's really not. It's really simple. So this course will kind of take you from a complete beginner through to being a much more advanced user, and you'll basically learn pretty much more or less everything I know about Illustrator, including about 70 to 80 different tools. But it's all broken down into like sections, so it's all step by step. Nothing's like overwhelming. And everyone, come on, give us your best advertising course. Advertising voice. Hello, have I got the course for you? Little ping on the teeth there. Ping. Little cheeky wink at the camera, maybe. Yeah, so and if anyone who does enroll in the course, you get access to the private community where you can basically DM me. So if you ever have questions or you'd like feedback on your work as you're progressing, like I'm there almost pretty much 24/7 to just, answer your questions and give feedback on your work. So yeah, that is the Adobe Illustrator Masterclass. And if you are interested, see, I've switched into advertising voice now. If you are interested, then definitely check out the stream description. There should be, fingers crossed, a link where you can sign up to my mailing list and you get a 15% off code. So definitely use that, because then you save a few quid on the course as well. Okay. It needs more passion. It's all right, Poppy. You can help me work on my my course sales advertising voice later on. We'll do it in the mirror. I want to now learn Illustrator. I had an awful first experience with it in college, but I know it's useful. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not just saying this, Foa. It's the most useful design software that I use because it can do graphic design. You can use it for UI design, posters, flyers, business cards, stationaries, packaging, signage, vehicle graphics, t-shirts, fonts, icons, signatures. It's the most versatile out of the entire Adobe suite, in my opinion, for graphic designers, for sure. So yeah, maybe check out the course, see if it's something you'd be interested in. Love that we can get feedback. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy the design streams that we do every week, like I can only do like 8 or 9, bits of work in a stream because it just takes so long to do them. But for anyone who does enroll, it's basically like you're supporting me by enrolling in the course. I'm making myself available to support you. So that's the way it is. And yeah, I love teaching and I love helping people to learn. So it's all good. I would definitely enroll when I switch back to Illustrator. Awesome, Afif. It would be great to have you. It really would. I'm mainly an artist, so I approached Illustrator expecting it would be like Photoshop, but it definitely isn't. No, it is quite different to Photoshop. There are some similarities in some of the tools and things, but I know this toolbar on the left, that can be pretty overwhelming and pretty off-putting for beginners. Like, it really can. So if you are new to Illustrator, one thing you can do is switch to the basic tool set. That's a good place to start. It looks a bit less intimidating and it gives you like the main ones to learn. So there's quite a lot you can do with just those tools. But if you want everything, then you can switch to that one as well. Can I use Adobe Illustrator for architectural renderings? Possibly. I'm not as familiar with the process for architectural renderings in terms of what is required. We do want chickens and goats. We do want chickens and goats. And the bigger house we get, the more chickens and goats we can fill it with. There we go. Children, chickens, and goats. Life goals. Anyway, guys, you've been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow for design review again. I know you'll be sick of me by the end of this week. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you.